Hello my loves, welcome to my channel Taylor Fitness with Ash on the mat. I'm Ash Taylor and today we have a full body 30-minute Pilates workout. We are going to start on hands and knees today. So if you start with your shoulders right above your hands, your hips above your knees, and then starting to pull abdominals up and in for that neutral spine. Navel pulling in towards the spine, and let's just start by tucking the toes under. We're going to give the knees a little lift off the mat. The knees are just hovering a couple of inches off that mat. Starting to feel a bit of heat in the shoulders there. We do want to avoid sinking the neck. So ideally the ears stay above the shoulders. We're breathing, connect to your breath here. Forehead parallel to the mat. Keep pulling those abs in. Let's just hold that for 3, for 2, and a 1. We lift the hips from here into our V-stretch, our down dog. And we press the heels towards the mat, the shoulders towards the thighs. Tucking the chin under, you're looking towards your belly button. Let's take a moment, breathe. And let's come back to that hover. So we'll lift the heels nice and smooth, returning with the knees about an inch or so off the mat. Still we have the ears above the shoulders, abdominals engaged, and we are breathing, holding 3, 2, 1. We lift the hips again, back into our V-stretch, taking the weight into the heels of the hands, a little bit less weight in the fingertips there, but the fingers spread nice and wide. And let's return again, lifting the heels, the knees just an inch off the mat, 2-inch tops. We start to feel this in the thighs, in the front of the thighs, as well as the shoulders. Let's hold, 3, 2, 1 more time. We lift the hips, take the weight out of the fingertips. We can always bend the knees here if it's a little bit too much to extend the legs. Chin tucking under, have a little look for your belly button. Take a deep breath here. And let's return, shoulders over hands. Knees just an inch or so off the mat for the last time. We hold 3, 2, and a 1. Let's bring the knees down, untuck the toes, we'll walk the hands back towards the knees, just giving the wrists a little shake off from there. Okay, we're going to come down onto elbows, onto forearms from here. So let's draw elbows underneath shoulders and extend back the right leg. We're looking at the hands. Ideally the ears are going to stay above the shoulders. Let's lift the foot away from the mat from here. So we're bringing the foot towards the bottom, extending the leg away. We inhale to bend, we exhale to extend. And with each extension, we're pressing the hamstring towards the ceiling, the back of the thigh, that is, towards the ceiling. So let's do another 3, breathing in and breathing out for 2. Now 1 more time, breathing in, we bend. Breathing out, we extend. The foot comes down to the floor from there. We push up onto the hands replacing the elbows. That way we've still got the alignment shoulders over. Let's reach that left arm, lift the right foot. So nice long extension to fingertips, to toes. Big push through this right palm, keep breathing. Abdominals still pulling up and in. And we're holding for 3, 2, 1. Okay, we're going to bring that back in, foot to floor. Let's try a tricep press up here. So with this one, we draw the elbows towards the ribs and then lift the foot as well, just for a little bit of extra weight in those triceps. The elbows are narrow. We try and bring the heart between the hands rather than the head. Otherwise, we're kind of doing this movement. We want a little bit more weight through the arms. Let's inhale, bend. Exhale, push for 3. Careful not to lock those elbows. 2. And 1 more time, breathing in, breathing out to push. Okay, let's bring that back in. Extend back the left leg and replace the hands with the elbows. So down we come. Okay, ears above shoulders. We're lifting that left foot away from the mat. We inhale as we bend the knee and we exhale as we lengthen the leg. Breathing in to bend. Breathing out to extend. Little pause. Press the hamstring, the back of the thigh towards the ceiling. And that knee is going to stay lifted, that left knee nice and high. The extension through to the toes for 3, 2, One more time with that one. Fab. We'll bring that left foot down, replace the elbows with the hands, shoulders right above the hands. And let's extend the right arm then this time, lifting away from the mat. Big push through this left palm. The right hand is level with the shoulder. We're holding 3, 2, and 1. And let's bring that back in. The press up with the lift of the leg. So we inhale as we bend. We exhale as we push. Breathing in to bend. Breathing out to push. Elbows nice and narrow. Kind of think about grazing your rib cage as you bend. Heart between hands for 3. For 2. Utilize that breath. Give yourself a bit of oomph to push away with the exhale. One more time. Inhale, bend. And exhale, push. Let's bring that knee back in from there. Walk the hands back. Give the wrists a little shake off. Whew. Okay. We're going to come up to kneeling from here. I'm going to take the left foot out to the side. So the fingertips are going to sit by our ears, really drawing the abs in, sort of drawing up and in from pelvic floor upwards. And then we're going to take this over. So we bend, place the hand down, give that left leg a little lift, bring the hand back and return. So it's bend, hand down, not too close to the knee, just to keep that length through the spine, through the torso. We bend, hands to floor. We're doing 5 of these in total. This is number 3 and 2. Lifting to about hip height if we can. Ooh, one more time with that one. Bend, hand to floor, leg lifting, take it down, bring the hand back and then return it back up. Okay, we'll come back in with that one and let's extend the right leg out to the side. Bringing fingertips to ears again, abdominals pulling up and in. We bend, take the hand down, lift the foot, tap the foot down, hand to ear, and return. Bend, lift, hand, return for 3. Ooh. And 2 feels a little trickier on this side. We've usually got a favourite side. Mine's probably the other side by the seams of things, by the looks of things, by the feel of things. Okay, I think that was the last one. So let's take a seat from here. We'll bring the feet out in front and just a little shuffle forwards as well, so you've got some mat space behind you. Okay, I'm going to bring the arms out in front from here and let's raise the arms. So we're going to take the hands up above the shoulders, starting to lean back here. I'm going to stay for a lift of the arms, so that's stomach muscles scooping up and in. Let's raise the arms and lower, lift and lower. Let's add some breath, breathing in and out, breathing in and out, just for 3, for 2, one more time, breathing in and breathing out to lower. We then come all the way down to our backs from there, drawing the feet in just so your fingertips are nearly reaching your heels there. The feet are not too wide, they're on the inside of the hips. We're finding that nice neutral spine. And just making sure we're not kind of shrugging the shoulders up there. The weight should feel even down the center line of the body. We're going to bring fingertips to ears and start with a little lift. We inhale, exhaling to lift head and shoulder blades, inhaling to lower. So breathing out as we lift, looking over the knees, breathing into lower. Now you could always lace the fingers behind the head just to support the head. Just make sure if you're going for that option today that you're not tempted to pull on the head to lift. Breathing out, we lift. Breathing in, we lower. Last couple. And one more time with that one, exhaling off the mat. And inhaling to draw that back down. Let's add a twist. We inhale first, exhale, lift, draw down one elbow, and inhale to recenter. Breathing out, we lift. Kind of looking towards your foot, breathing into recenter. So throughout this one, the hips, the pelvis nice and still. We want to watch out for knees knocking together, keeping the legs, the lower body stable. Exhale up and inhale to draw back. And let's do just one more on each side for those. Breathing out, we lift. Breathing in, we return that back down to the mat. Let's bring the hands down to our sides from there. So we're going to lift the legs from here. Knees over hip bones. Lower legs about parallel to floor, navel to the spine. Okay, so let's from here raise the arms as well. Pressing the back of the shoulders down into the mat. Opposite arm to leg. We're going to inhale, extend one leg, extend one arm over. And exhale to draw back. Breathing in and breathing out. So as we do these, we're careful not to arch the back. We're going to keep that neutral spine. And then really the hands, the feet stay still. Move from the center of the body. Every exhale, a little extra squeeze into the belly. Breathing in, we lengthen. Breathing out, return. Just for another 4 of those. No rush at all, keeping that control. Let's do one more each way. Breathing in to extend. Breathing out to come back. One more time. Breathing in to extend. Breathing out to come back. We'll bring the feet back down to the floor from there. The hands return to our sides. Up into bridge. So let's press the hips towards the ceiling. We're digging into the heels a bit here to really feel activation in the glutes. No weight on the neck, the weight between the shoulder blades. And then we're just doing some little dips. We lower the hips, we lift the hips. We lower and we lift. Let's inhale down. Exhale, lift and squeeze. We press evenly into the feet. Keeping that weight even throughout. And once again, relax around your face. So all those little muscles around the brows, the forehead, all beginning to soften a bit. Just the glutes that we're squeezing really. Squeeze your booty. Let's do 3. For 2. And one more time. Breathing in, we dip. Breathing out, we lift and squeeze. Let's hold that for 5. Breath flowing 4, 3, 2, and 1. And we'll draw that all the way back down to the mat from there. Let's take a roll over. We're coming onto our sides. And then we're bringing the elbow to the floor. The elbow sitting right beneath the shoulder. We want to kind of draw the rib cage in towards the spine, keeping some distance here between the waist and the floor. Hands to ear. Let's lift here. We're going to open the knees into our climb, close the knees and lower. Now if that's too much, we could stay here with it today instead. Belly pulling in either way, draw those abdominals in. So if you're coming up with me, we lift, open, close and lower. Breathing in, breathing out, breathing in and breathing out. And we try not to collapse into the shoulder. So keeping some distance between the ear and the shoulder. For 2, lift, open, close, lower. One more time, breathing in and out. Great, okay, from here, we're gonna twizzle it over to the other side. Just bring the legs up and over to the other side. Elbows sitting right beneath the shoulder again. Waistline lifting away from the mat, ribs pulling in towards the spine, ear from shoulder. Okay, let's come right back up then. We're breathing in to lift. Knees open, breathing out to lower. Inhaling up and exhaling to draw that back down. And as I come down, I'm not actually bringing the hip to the floor, just the outer thigh. You could bring the hip all the way down. Just don't relax too much as you come down. We've got 3. And 2. One more time with that one, breathing in. And breathing out to lower that all the way back down. Okay, I'm going to bring you down onto your side. So we'll stay on this side for the moment, drawing all the way down. either resting on the hand and the elbow, or we could rest on the arm instead. Let's extend out the top leg then from here. So we're going to take this foot in, well, we're going to take the foot forwards and then back. Think about circling around your hip joint with this one. We can always bring that bottom foot out a little bit. Could always press into the leg as well, just to help stabilize there. And we're breathing throughout. We're still connected to stomach muscles, drawing those abs up and in. Stable pelvis with one hip bone sitting above the other. Make sure you're not holding breath. Let's do just one more in that direction. And then let's switch. Little circles. Doesn't have to be a huge movement. We do want to keep breathing. Really circling from the hip, from the center of the body rather than the foot. Stable pelvis. Let's do 3. That leg should be starting to feel heavier. 2. And one more there. Great, and we'll bring that back in from there. So we're going to extend the legs from here, nice straight legs. Now let's lift. Lifting the feet off the floor, stomach's in, and then let's lift the top leg up and down. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. The feet are a little bit further forwards. If you can't see your feet, draw them a little bit further forwards towards the front corner of the mat. We can keep the hand in front of the belly or bring the hand to the ear. Just watch out for rocking and tilting. And let's do a final 3 and 2. One more time with that one. Great, and we'll bring that all the way in. Maybe give the hip, the bottom a little rub if you need to. And let's switch sides. So pushing off the mat, feet come over. And we're drawing back onto, all the way down. I got a little bit confused there. I thought I'd missed out an exercise. No, we're good. So we come down and we can either lay on the arm or on the hand and the elbow. Extend out the top leg. We're circling from the hip. The hips are stacked one above the other, abs engaged. And once again, we start with these circles. We're in no rush at all, controlling that movement. Nice and fluid, nice and steady. Watch out for the shoulder that kind of creeps down into the face. When I leave space in the body, keep the shoulder away from the ear. And we have 3, 2, and last one. And let's reverse that. So really circling around the hip joint. The foot wants to go a little way in front of the hip, a little way behind the hip. The foot on this moving leg is pretty relaxed. Getting that sense of circling from the center of the body. And let's do 3, 2, and last one there. Great, and we'll bring that back in from there. Extending the legs out for straight legs. The hips are still stacked one above the other. We can see the feet from where we are, and we are lifting both feet from the mat. We then lift and lower the top leg. We can have the hand on the floor for balance or hand to ear. Doesn't have to be a high lift this one, but legs feeling nice and long. Ooh, just a few more, keeping that bottom foot off the ground for 3, 2, and last one there. Great, we'll bring that all the way back down from there. Lovely, let's bend the knees, push into the palm to come back up off that mat. And let's come down to our fronts then from here. So gently, gently make your way down to the mat. We're going to bring the hands out in front from there, reach into fingertips, extending 2 toes, placing the forehead down on the floor. We're still pulling stomach muscles in as well, abs engaged, pressing the tops of the feet into the floor. So we are lifting opposite arm to leg. We press into the palm, lift the head, the chest off the floor. We might not be too high here. And then as we come back down, forehead rather than chin. We're going to alternate, other arm with a leg. Get as much reach as possible with this one. So it doesn't have to be too high, but as much reach as you can manage. The extension to the tips of the fingers, to the tips of the toes. Let's add some breathing. Breathing out, we lift. Breathing in, we lower. Exhaling to lift. Inhaling forehead rather than chin. That way we're keeping the neck in alignment with the spine. A little bit of a squeeze of your bottom, squeezing glutes as we lift. Let's do just a final 4. Hips steady, pressing front of hips into that mat. 3. And 2. And one more time then with that one, breathing out as we lift. Breathing in as we lower back down to the floor. Okay, we're going to bring the hands to sit just under the chin or under the forehead. Lifting both feet off the mat, squeeze your bottom. Let's hold for 5. Nice straight legs. 4, 3, 2, and 1. The feet come back down to the mat from there. We're going to bring the hands back underneath the chest, tuck the toes under, and push into the palms, taking a seat back on our heels, forehead to mat, into child's pose for that nice spine release. Just taking a moment, taking some breaths. Really relaxing through the shoulders with those exhales. Let's take another 3 deep breaths here. 2. And last breath then there. Okay, we walk the hands back towards the knees from here. We're going to take a seat. So my hair's gone a little bit mental, but let's take a seat. Sort this hair out a sec. All right, now this next one then, we're going to take a little lean back as we did before. Scoop the stomach muscles up and in, extend the arms out in front. We're doing an opposite arm to leg here as well. So we're going to extend from knee to toes and then draw that back down. Breathing in, breathing out. Really the knees are staying in alignment. We do want a little bit of a squeeze into the front of the thigh as we extend the leg, breathing in, breathing out to lower. Now don't worry if the arm doesn't want to come up quite as high. We can make it a smaller movement if needs be. For 4, 3, and 2. One more time with that one, breathing in and breathing out to lower. Now I'm going to take this down to the mat from there, rolling down through the spine, 1 vertebra at a time, and just bringing the feet in a little bit closer to the bottom. They tend to be a little bit further away. Okay, let's lift the legs from here. So we're extending both legs up. Nice straight legs if you can. And then let's push through the heels, flexing the feet. A bit of inner thighs. We open up the feet into a V shape and we just close from there. We inhale to open and we exhale to close. So I'm just going to turn for a sec. Now this doesn't have to be too wide, just a V shape and back in. We really want to think about using the inner thighs to draw the legs back together. Breathing in, breathing out. Just allow your shoulders to relax. Your upper back relaxing a little bit there as well. Inhale, open. Exhale to close. Let's do 3. For 2, keeping those flexed feet. And one more time, then breathing in, we open. Breathing out, we close. And let's do a little pulse. So with the little pulses, we still want to focus on those inner thighs. Have that nice mind to muscle connection. Don't forget to breathe though. We've got 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6. For 3, 2, and 1. We'll bring that all the way back in. Let's bring the knees in for a cuddle, knees to chest. But we're going to open the knees a little bit wider just to get some release there. Maybe give the feet a wiggle as well. Should feel nice in the inner thighs. I do like to rock, but you can hold still if you prefer. Let's just take one more deep breath there. And then we'll bring the feet and the knees back together. I'm going to turn back around on my mat from here. Okay, so we're coming back into another bridge. We're going to try a knee lift in our bridge today. So we do want to make sure the shoulders are away from the ears before we come up into that bridge. Feet grounded. We press firm into the feet to come up. Right away, squeezing glutes. Let's lift a leg. So the knees sitting above the hip bone. If that's too much, we can stay with both feet on the floor. Watch out for what's going on that supporting leg now. We try not to let the knee kind of sway around, the knee staying above the ankle. Take a breath, we're holding 3, 2, 1, and we bring that foot down. Keep that squeeze in your glutes, and let's lift the other knee. Knee over hip bone. The supporting leg nice and stable. Breath is flowing. We hold, we squeeze for 3, for 2, and 1. Bring that foot back down to the floor. Press the hips a little bit higher if you can. Let's lift both heels off the mat or on the balls of the feet. Holding and breathing for 5, 4, 3, 2. Now up to you, you can stay here, or you can lift a knee once again, still on the ball of the foot on the supporting leg. 3, 2, 1. We bring that down, heels still lifted, and the other knee comes up. Squeeze those glutes. 3, 2, 1. Foot to floor. Let's drop the heels back to flat feet. Take one more inhale here. And as you exhale, begin to lower. Once again, we're going to bring the knees into the chest for a little cuddle. Maybe give the legs a little shake off as well. And we are coming back up off this mat, either taking a little rock up to sit in or rolling over the shoulder. And let's just sit for a moment with the legs crossed or legs out in front if that isn't overly comfortable. I'm going to take a stretch. So let's draw back through the shoulders, get the spine nice and tall first. One hand to the floor, right hand to the floor, left arm lifting above the shoulder. And then let's slide that right hand a little further away to draw into our side body stretch. Really lifting up and out of the shoulder. We're going to take a little look towards the ceiling here. Keep breathing, holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We push off that hand, raise the right arm up, slide away the left hand a little bit just to keep the length through the torso. Reach into fingertips, lifting out of the shoulder. A little rotation towards the ceiling, and holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We'll draw up and out of that one as well. Let's take a left arm across the body for a little shoulder stretch. We'll have a neck stretch with it as well, looking away from the hands. Nice deep breath here. Still we try and sit nice and tall. Watch out for the slouch in here. Tall spine. And then just coming in with our tricep stretch. That hand reaches down between the shoulder blades. We can press on the upper arm or on the elbow. I like to give the chin a little lift so that the back of the head presses into the arm. Just helps to deepen the stretch, helps to keep the spine tall as well. Lovely stretch. Okay, let's release out of that one. Bringing the right arm across the body, drawing that in, and then turning the head to look away from the hands. Slowing down that breath a little bit now. And just holding there for 3, 2, and 1. And then this right hand, fingertips reaching between the shoulder blades, left hand to upper arm or elbow. Option to lift the chin for a bit of a deeper stretch. And still breathing, holding just for 3, for 2, a slow counter, and 1. And then let's bring the arms out from there, releasing the fingers together, pushing out through the back of the hands, giving the chin a little dip. Feeling that nice stretch in the back of the shoulders, a little bit into the upper back as well. Yeah, let's take one more deep breath there, in through nose, and out through the mouth. We're going to place the hands down on the floor, and then just start to walk the hands a little further away. And if you're not comfortable with legs crossed, you could do this with the soles of the feet together. We want to feel some release around the lower back area. So we're walking the hands away, we're dipping the chin down, Just allowing the weight of the head to draw us a little bit closer to the ground. And breathing there. Maybe we can wander the fingertips a little further out. Don't worry if not though, we don't want to force the stretch. It just want to feel good and not in any way uncomfortable or painful. Let's take one more deep breath here. Lovely, and we'll walk the hands all the way back towards the legs from there. Once again, we find that nice tall stacked spine, shoulders away from ears. As always, 3 deep breaths to finish. Palms to the ceiling. Taking an inhale, we raise the arms. And with the exhale, we release that out. For 2, breathing in. And out. One more time, breathing in, raising arms. Breathing out to release that down. Thank you very much for joining me on the mat today. I hope you've enjoyed your workout. If you have any suggestions, do please comment. And as always, if you could subscribe, I am trying to grow this channel. That'd be really, really helpful if you haven't already done so. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you very much. Bye.